Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And this is our review for Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Through a surprising twist of fate, single strangers Sarah and David get to relive important moments from their respective pasts, illuminating how they got where they are in the present.
Now, if you haven't had a chance to check out the trailer for A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, I say you do it right now before you watch our video, just so you can see a little bit more of an insight on the vibe of the film, and also to show you how stunning the cinematography is. We didn't do a trailer reaction to the trailer for the film, but we did watch it, or at least I watched it. You watched it too.
I think I watched it too.
Yeah, before seeing the
it,
movie today.
It gives you kind of this vibe that you're going to be going, a little bit on a journey. The fact that it is going to be a little bit outside of reality and a little bit of kind of this whimsical story. Not whimsical, but this kind of, journey through these people's lives. At first, I thought it was actually going to be the two were going to be like a couple originally, but I found out in the movie that this is like the first time both meeting each other.
Yeah, so the story, this is directed by director Kogonada, and it centers around David and Sarah, played by Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie, which it's two very pretty people.
Yes, very pretty,
screen,
and both very talented.
Both very talented, surrounded by just really pretty cinematography. So it's a beautiful film. I just want to say that outright. And I found the story, which the theme of it really is about self-exploration, kind of facing your past a little bit and really re-explore what you've learned from it and if you've grown from it. So it's a thinking film, and it's a beautiful film in the way that it explores those themes. I will say the beginning of it was a rocky start for me, as if you were watching it, because right off the bat they kind of try to drop you off. David's needing to get out of town to go to attend a wedding, and he's having problems with his own car, so he goes to a car rental place. And I just feel like either there was some stuff lost in translation, or things that were maybe left out, like too much was left out in editing, that certain dots didn't connect for me in those scenes to flow from one to the other, and it felt really jarring. I understood what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it felt really choppy.
And also, I feel like that's actually a really good way of explaining it. There was just a little bit of struggle to get from one point to the next. You kind of ended up getting there, but I feel too like you're sitting here going, no real person would ever make these choices to get to this next point. I feel like there's so many parts in this startup where I would have been like, nope, not going along with this. I'm going this way. And like I would have never have gotten to that second point.
Like you would have wanted a little bit more, I don't know, like convincing of the characters to do.
Yeah, I feel like they made the choices, a lot of the choices. They just went with it to where pretty much anyone else would have been like, what the hell's going? Am I being pranked right now? Are there cameras somewhere around here?
Yeah, I think the main issue with me was the scene at the car dealer, not a car dealership, it's a independent rental place, but it's not how you normally would see a car rental place. It was very specific, and the way they played it, it was almost as if the characters that we follow in the movie were auditioning to get the car, and then the car and something having to do with the car is what sends them on their big, bold, beautiful journey. Yeah. So once they were on the journey, I was with it. But before that, I was like, this feels oddly disjointed. So that's one of my, I think, like main criticisms for this film, is that part specifically felt really weird, and for me it took a while to really feel engaged to the movie. But once we got going, both David and Sarah have met, and they both realized that, hey, like we're exploring this journey together, and they started, if you watch the trailer, going through these doors, basically walking into their past. That's when the film really started working for me. It's seeing these characters, again, exploring their past, facing it, and kind of hearing the other person's perspective, saying like, this is what I see, and having a discussion about it. So I found all of those things really beautiful. There was like a small musical element to it too.
Yeah, just really that was one kind of scene.
Yeah, so it's not like we're not getting La La Land over here.
No.
But it is beautiful, and there are some scenes that I can see it being emotionally touching for a lot of people. These characters are having to face their past, like I said, but some of them are pretty traumatic. Where I genuinely felt bad for the character. But at the same time, I was thinking, well, the story needs them to because they were trying to block it out and not face it and just kind of live life, trying to move on from it, but they're not letting it. There's a part of them that's not letting it go, which is what is a part of the journey. And I think that's what I found so interesting, is having them, face these parts. And I don't want to say it out loud what these parts are, so I'm keeping it vague, just so if you guys, explore the movie, you can watch it for yourself.
I do have to admit, though, some of the story elements that they had, they were like two different kinds of extremes. I felt like one character had kind of a mundane story development. Like, I'm like, okay, this is like, I can kind of connect with it because it's nothing over the top. It's nothing super dramatic. But I can see a lot of people kind of being like, okay, this is something that I can guess millions of other people have gone through. The other character, however, they went through something
way more
super traumatic.
Way
to
more
where
traumatic.
You're like, oh, okay. It felt a little uneven for the two characters to kind of connect.
Yeah.
But maybe that's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah.
And you still got to kind of connect, but you definitely had a little bit more of a tear-jerky moment with one character over the other.
And we have also David and Sarah not just exploring their own past and learning from their, those moments. They are also exploring sort of this like romantic relationship between the two of them. Could it work? Is it blossoming? They have a lot of shared interests, a lot of similar ways of thinking, and I thought that like the story did a really good job showing how well they could potentially balance each other out, but both of them were willing and unwilling at the same time to commit to something to kind of walk down this romance road together, and it's a lot of it due to their past. So I thought that was like a nice full like circle moment when they started exploring that. It's kind of like, you wouldn't want to be with me because this, and this is wrong with me. And then the other person would also say, no, I would accept for you for who you are, but you wouldn't want me because later I would do this. They were very what's the word?
Self-aware?
Not self-aware, but there's, that. like a lot of it. And so I just really like that the movie explored that. And again, it's a beautiful film, but I felt like the dialogue could use a little bit of tightening up. Some of it went on really interesting directions, and the beats and the cuts between the scenes just didn't really felt well connected for me. So with that, if you have nothing else to add.
No, I can tie it up all into our thoughts in the end.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and give you our rating for A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. The movie couple rating system is listed for you in the video description below. Again, I enjoyed the exploration of your own trauma, past, what you can learn from it, if you can grow from it. I love that this film talked about that. There are just so many beautiful moments, and I think one of the best parts, more than just the theme of it, is watching Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie perform together. They make a really fantastic duo on screen. They're so fun to watch, so talented. I am not sure if I knew Colin could sing and dance.
I feel like I did,
but I feel like
still
I did.
A surprise.
Right, but also not a surprise because I was like, sure, what else is he? Man's good at everything. And Margot Robbie, it's just like a life-size Barbie doll.
Yeah.
She is stunning. Her performance is great because she's so subtle in certain moments I think sometimes that you would want to play too big. She kept it so subtle, and it was fantastic to watch. My main thing is really the beginning of the movie that just, I feel like the top of the movie sets the tone.
Yeah. And
this one, because of the way we went in, it was really disjointed. And I wasn't sure. I was like, does this movie want to be comedy? It wants to be, like, what does it want to be? I'm not sure. And it took me a while to kind of, like, get with it. And I am going to go ahead and give this movie a matinee.
For me, there were a lot of things that I thought were enjoyable. I liked the acting, I liked the cinematography. I thought it was, the story and what they were attempting to try to say was very beautiful. However, yes, the getting started was really rough. I'm like, where are you going with this? And actually also how they kind of wrapped it up at the end. I feel like I was kind of like, okay, we kind of got there. The car kind of stuttered across the finish line. I felt like there would have been, I wanted a little bit more character development at the end. But the middle part, seeing Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell act together, seeing this, this beautiful journey, the way that they were actually, going from door to door was relatively interesting. So I'm going to give this one a stream it for me.
And there you have it. That is our thoughts on A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. And also, if you're looking for more content about this movie, I do have an interview coming out soon with the young actor who plays young David. And that will be coming out essentially after the movie is released, because we do dive in a little bit more about his role and what he does specifically in the film. So I didn't want to put that out before this review. But look forward to that coming soon on the channel. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about the movie in the comments below, and we will see you in the next one.